Vaccines, the superhero drugs that can theoretically vanquish almost every infectious villain. The immune system, the one stimulated by the vaccines, consists of two major branches. First, the innate immune system, one that builds itself up after your first month of life. Cells that travel through your bloodstream and your tissues in search for anything strange that possesses any weird sugar or protein or fatty molecules that are always associated with bacteria, fungi, or parasites. These structures are vital for their biology and get recognized by the immune cells to eat up and digest anything weird or literally get blown up by sticky DNA and toxic parasites. Those are a great first line of defense, but the adaptive immune system is the real heavy hitter. Dendritic cells, part of the innate immune system, eat up microbes based on those broad pinpoints of molecular structures. After digesting, they travel to your lymphatic organs and present all the molecules associated with the invader to the inhabiting adaptive immune cells. Specific viral spike proteins, weird surface coating, all the details needed to train an assassin squad that recognizes that and only that. B cells send out antibodies to block their invasion or neutralize any flying around toxins. T cells clean up already infected cells and blow out a host of cytokines and chemokines to riot up the whole immune network as soon as they see their target. And memory cells remember. To build up this adaptive immune response at first infection takes time, up to 3 weeks. Time the infection has free rein to fuck you up. More than enough time to kill you. Would be great if there was some sort of drug that could simulate an infection in a harmless way, so that adaptive response is already built up and ready in case the real thing attacks. There are different ways to do that nowadays. You can take a weaker variant of the infection you'd like to target, like cowpox in case of smallpox, and let the harmless infection just go its natural way. Which in that case generally didn't do much but generate a few pimples at injection site. But the cowpox virus had a similar enough appearance to the smallpox virus that as soon as that one comes around, it gets greeted by a host full of anti-pox superweapons. Unfortunately, harmless variants are not always available for every infection. But vaccination with kill-off microbes also work, because the immune system doesn't really care if their target molecules are alive or dead. But as the immune reaction against this dead junk would just be, someone left something weird there? Meh, I'll just clean it up. So we need to add so-called adjuvants to tell the immune system, this weird stuff is important. Like, life-threateningly important. So that the generated immune response is actually strong and long-lasting. Going even higher in modern technology, there is the synthetic generation of specific selected target proteins which are known to be the major agitators of the immune system. Those are chemically and physically exactly the same thing, but sometimes you just don't need all the pathogen molecules, and a specific targeted approach would be beneficial. For example, sometimes you just need to vaccinate with parts of a toxin molecule, without the actual toxic parts of course, and you don't care about the bacterium itself, like in the case of tetanus and cholera. If your body has antibodies against the bacteria's toxins, those get immediately neutralized, and these one-trick ponies of bacteriums just become totally useless. A more complicated variant of those specific protein vaccinations are mRNA vaccinations. Those just contain the blueprints of the proteins you want to show the immune system. The immune reaction is not triggered immediately after the injection, but after your cells take up those blueprints. Those blueprints look exactly the same like all the blueprints your own body generates all the time. Based on your very long-term and very important DNA, your body makes tiny little notes to message your cell, build that, or we need a few of those. Imagine a manager that has a book with all the knowledge and just hands out little written notes to the people that actually do all the work. Afterwards, the note just gets thrown away. RNA is very short-lived and gets degraded shortly after delivering its message. The M in mRNA stands for messenger. So after an mRNA vaccination, your body gets the message of producing those blueprinted viral proteins and generating an immune response from those. The adaptive response does not care if the proteins were produced by an invader or by your own cells. Foreign is foreign. The RNA gets degraded shortly after that, and no more viral proteins are produced. Those blueprints can also be transferred by viruses, but friendly viruses, or, well, harmless viruses, while being genetically engineered to doing nothing more than a cardboard dummy would. And it does nothing to change or mutate your own DNA. Leaving a note by a book does not change the book. But the memory of the adaptive immune system remains. However, this does not work against every infectious disease, because as we evolve, they evolve. And life always finds a way. So thank you all very much for watching, and feel free to share this video with all your anti-vax peers. I would really appreciate their committed traffic and numerous hate comments.